Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I just wanted to go over 5 builds you could try out, 5 heroes and 5 just sort of item builds you can give a shot right now that are very good in the current meta. And the reason why I want to cover these builds is there's no patch yet, and so I was thinking to myself like, what do I like to do? How do I have fun? Well, the way I have fun is I try out heroes that are less popular, I try out heroes that I think are really strong but underpicked. And so that's going to be the goal of today's video. I'm going to give a couple of heroes that are less popular and then some heroes that are actually strong right now that you should give a shot. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to do so you can do well, hopefully win an MMR and have a good time at the same time. By the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the GameLeap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube. We post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. All right, so the first one is Gyro position 5. If you've probably seen this a couple times in your pubs now, it's actually very popular. It's even a very common pick and popular pick in high MMR pro games. Like, this is not some meme. And now there's a couple of reasons why, because once again, it seems like a meme. It's like Gyro 5. How does it make any sense? Like, what does Flak even do? The thing is, you don't play around Flak. Rocket Barrage and Homing Missile are two of the best early game spells in the game. Frankly, trading in the Homing Missile is insanely difficult, right? Because you have to disengage when it's chasing you. Otherwise, you just get right-clicked when it's coming towards you, right? It's very easy to synergize the stun because you always know when it's going to connect, right? It's very easy for people to work together on Gyro Stun. And then Rocket Barrage is just one of the best trading abilities in the game. You have to keep in mind, also, Gyro has some of the best armor in Dota at 7, so he naturally trades well. He has good movement speed, so he kites in and out well. And he has some of the best base attack speed in the game. So you hear all these things and you have to think to yourself, oh, so Gyro is just a lane dominator? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely. Like, this hero owns lane. On top of that, in the mid game, all you gotta do is play around vision. All right, hear me out. All you gotta do is play around vision. Max Rocket Barrage, max your missile second, and then take call down. And if you catch people out in the open, right, similar to Luna's Eclipse, if you catch them out in the open, they just die. They will die. You can kill cores alone. If you bump into a Sven, you might think to yourself, oh, it's Sven, I can't fight him. You can probably fight him. Even if you're level 7 and the Sven's level 10, if he doesn't have God Strength, you can kill him. That's how good Rocket Barrage is. So I cannot recommend this one enough. It's not only in the meta, but also a ton of fun. And the shard is crazy. This is what I'll end it off with. If you don't know what Gyro's shard is, when you buy it, your missile shoots out a Rocket Barrage. This Rocket Barrage primarily targets who you activate the homing missile on, right? And so the idea is you walk up to someone, you missile them, then you Rocket Barrage and you double Rocket Barrage them. It does a stupid amount of damage. It's like, unironically, if you max out the damage on both, it's like 2k damage or something stupid. It's actually ridiculous. I like to buy Veil as well, and you can pop off. Next up on the list is another meta one. We're not gonna go all meta, but we're doing meta for now. That's Death Prophet Offlane. This hero has been getting picked a lot by pros right now, and I really like it for a couple of reasons. Personally, it very much fits my playstyle. I love playing ranged offlaners and just bullying the lane. Death Prophet's one of the best laners in Dota. She has good base damage, stupid high movement speed, pretty good armor, and a low cooldown nuke that lets you easily secure CS. And so essentially the early waves on Death Prophet are really easy. This hero is stupid easy to play. And it has basically no bad matchups. Honestly, you could go first pick it in your pubs, and unless you get unlucky and they pick like AA, which is like the only hero I really don't like playing against, most heroes you do pretty okay against. You're not great against summons either. For instance, like Beastmaster and Lycan can be a little bit rough or a Brood. But for the most part, your hero is very versatile. And another great thing about Death Prophet, as like an early pick pub hero, a second phase pub hero, is, as I was saying, it doesn't get counterpicked easily. And so you're not going to just pick Underlord and then, uh-oh, they have a Monkey King. Now my lane is like almost impossible, right? Like, that situation doesn't really come up for Death Prophet because of how the hero functions. And you can itemize around your matchups really easily. Do they have a lot of magical damage? Buy BKB early. You can even rush it. People literally go first item BKB sometimes on Death Prophet. It's super niche, but It's a thing. Do they have too much physical damage? Do they have an Ursa and a TA? Buy a Ghost Scepter, right? Buy Yules, buy Ghost Scepter. Do they have a lot of chain stun? Buy a Kaya Sanj. This hero is stupid versatile, and that is why it's so fantastic. It's also a really nice scaling core. Just make sure you max out the Q, shove in the lanes, and take towers with Exorcism. Getting to the next build, we have Doom. Doom, this is a hero I'm gonna start spamming. I love playing Doom currently. It feels really, really good. This hero feels really, really good. Here's what I recommend, okay? Because a lot of people play Doom in a way I think is really stupid. Maxing out Devour, it has its place, okay? I don't like it though. I really don't like it. I honestly think maxing Scorched Earth is incredibly powerful and wildly underrated, and here's why. The biggest thing for me about the Scorched Earth and maxing it over Devour is the duration. The nice thing about it, even though it doesn't go down in cooldown when you put points in it, is it goes up in duration by 2 seconds at all levels. This essentially increases the amount of time you can use Scorched Earth drastically because obviously it just kind of closes the gap between the duration and the cooldown, and having more duration just lets you naturally kill people with it and farm and, you know, just have it, so that's nice. But it's a really good scaling ability. It goes up in damage by 14 at every level. It has a very hard spike at level 2, so I always recommend taking it at level 3. I would never take Devour at level 3. I think even though Devour almost doubles, the problem is, like, yes, it can let you take over a level 5 creep, which is sometimes nice, but in the off lane, you're laning most of the time. So I really prefer taking Scorched Earth, and it does a ton of damage. You have to keep in mind, right, a 12-second duration at level 2 with 32 damage per second, that's about 400 damage if you keep it on the opponent for, you know, for that amount of time. So it's just so good at pushing in the wave, trading, and just making you a menace. Now, here's where I really like to switch things up. And I'm going to be trying out this build. I'll be running it on stream, so if you want to watch me play it, you can go follow my stream down below. It's in the description. But what I recommend doing is you max out Scorched Earth, but at level 4, instead of going Devour, you take Inferno Blade. This is definitely something a lot of pros do, but here's why it's good. The base burn damage, so when you hit them, it ticks 4 times, right? And it does 16 damage per tick. 16 times 4 is 64, right? So you do an extra 64 damage, and then it also does 1.25% of their HP as damage. And that ticks 4 times. That's 5% of their health. So essentially, it does about 100 damage. So you combine that, right, with Scorched Earth, and you just spam nukes on people. Like, Doom is a pretty tanky hero now. He has 5 base armor, and you just can spam low mana nukes on people. Inferno Blade is only 40 mana, and Scorched Earth at level 1 is only 60. At level 2, it's 70, which is whatever, you know? And you just annihilate. You can actually win the lane. Like beat the opponent. You don't just get items and then lose lane by maxing out Devour. And on top of that, at level 10, you have a Scorched Earth damage talent. So this hero just shreds. It feels incredibly good. Go give it a shot. The item build I recommend you personally go is pretty simple. I don't actually think you have to rush Midas when you're maxing out Scorched Earth. If your lane is owning, you can go a Hood, right? You can just straight up go Hood. I think Drums is not terrible if you're really just running people down, but going Midas if you're owning is okay as well. All right, up next is probably my favorite one of the entire video. I also think I was gonna say it might be the best. All these builds are super legit, but Dawnbreaker position 4 is nasty. It is really one of the best laners in the game. All you need is an Orb of Venom, and you can kill anyone at level 2. Not kidding. Go try it out. Just the laning stage of Dawnbreaker position 4 is sick. It is incredibly good. Now, what is the item build that makes it special? Holy Locket. This hero has a lot of mana problems. Holy Locket builds from mana boots. You disassemble mana boots into Holy Locket. So it has really good build-up. Headdress, fluffy hat, mana boots. Stupid good build-up. And then you heal people with your ultimate. So basically, I had a game recently where I think it was a Morphling. It was a Morphling or a Drow. My Morphling or my Drow got caught out. I ulti on him. That heals him for like 500 with Holy Locket. I think I was level 12. It might have been even more. I ulti on him. That heals him. He's getting all in on, by the way. Then I Holy Locket him. That heals him. And then I mech him. And that heals him. And all of this is being amped by 35% by Holy Locket. All of those heals are amped by 35%. And he just gets like full heal. I ended up dying, unfortunately. You know, I had to ulti in to save him. But my carry, who was going to die and basically give up a huge portion of the map and net worth, just lives. And in team fights, it's even better because you can AoE heal multiple people with mech and your ultimate. And no, this is not a hard timing to get to. You might be like, oh, Shmeet, it's just so many items and armor support. It's like, guys, if you can't get Holy Luck and Mech consistently as Dawnbreaker, you are not pushing in enough lanes. Because this hero, with Mana Boots and with 2 nukes, easily shoves in waves, and your ultimate is a global TP. It's Haunt, right? And so you don't have to show up and run around with your team, because you have a global TP. And so you have 2 of the best wave shove abilities in the game, a global TP, and Mana Boots. You farm stupid quick. Like, Dawnbreaker, if you see this hero as a support, will always, almost always, be the top net worth support. It's so good for that reason in pubs as well, because you actually can have items and have a lot more impact. So if you're the best player on your team, which, you know, come on, if you have a GameLeap sub, then you are. I mean, if you don't have a GameLeap sub, you're probably the worst. That's not, you know, that's not too surprising, but it's what it is. And finally, last but not least on this list is one that's very off meta. Dawnbreaker 4 is a little bit off meta. This one's very off meta, but frankly, I actually just think OMNIKNIGHT 5 is still good. Like, which is crazy because you can purge Heavenly Grace. The reality is most of the time people forget that they can or don't know, and so it just doesn't even come into play. The hero is still makes people invincible. Like, they didn't really nerf the numbers on Heavenly Grace too much. Purification is still good. And so yeah, this hero's win rate in pubs is good. Even in high armor games, it's pretty good, which it just makes me so sad because I just don't understand how this hero, after getting like the hardest banhammer, the hardest nerfs of like any hero I feel like I've ever seen, is still like above 50% win rate hero, which just shows that, hey, people don't know how to counter heroes at the end of the day. They just don't. Because you buy 1 Yule's OMNIKNIGHT, disgusting. It's just useless, but not really, because in the lane, most heroes don't have an offensive dispel, so Heavenly Grace is still good. You're actually really good at trading, like Purification and Heavenly Grace are good trading spells, so you still own your lane. It's just like, he still accomplishes like most of the same things he does in the past, and like people don't have dispels most games until like minute 17, 20, like when they buy Yules. So yeah, frankly, OMNIKNIGHT, he's still good. Still a support that doesn't get caught out of position and insta-dies, which is like really nice for pubs. And yeah, that's gonna be the all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.